I shot a video about making these shades, which these are all done, ready to be mounted onto the sconces, and this is the sconce that I made with parts. And the parts, I have a few videos on my Jacqueline YouTube channel about taking the mystery out of lamp parts. And one thing I wanted to show off today was that, okay, the cups that go on, that the shades fit on, came off of this. This was probably a light kit for a ceiling fan. Of course, sometimes these things are held together with pipes and nuts and everything. This one was just kind of like a press fit. I had to drill that out, okay, in order to get the cup. Okay, the sockets were salvaged from somewhere else also. And see, someone had given me a chandelier, so I took the arms off of it and I cobbled everything together while the lady was here to get her approval. Now, you'll notice this is really thin wire. We call this zip. And sometimes with chandelier arms, and sometimes with old lamp bases, the pipe isn't big enough to get regular thicker lamp wire. Some parts of the world, this is actually standard electrical wire. Over here we might use it for speaker wire, but can still carry, you know, if you just got like a 75 or 40 watt light bulb in there, it's fine, okay, to carry the electricity. Now, I had showed the lady this plate, okay, and I only had one, so I didn't have one to match. Now what happened was that a friend of mine ordered the plate that I have on the sconce I just showed you, but it didn't have holes. So what I did was use a pipe and the nuts to bolt it together so I could drill through the holes, so the holes line up, because more than likely this is going to go onto an electrical box on the wall. Okay, so the holes can't be necessarily haphazard. Okay, so taking the mystery out of lamp parts, it's just nuts and pipes. And some hardware stores actually carry, you know, a lamp part department. See, drill the holes, because usually when you drill a hole in metal you have to center punch it, and if you're not careful, the drill bit can walk across the metal and scratch it. And then what do? These things cost $10 each, because these are actually brass, solid brass, where this thing is just more than likely steel and brass plated. Okay, steel and brass plated, cheap one. So I wind up putting the cup on here. All right, and one thing I'm doing, because the little base for the socket's lacking the nut and I couldn't get in there to tighten it anyway, I'm just putting some of this Loctite stuff on there to lock the threads up, because really what's important is the electrical wiring after I get it all together. Okay, and a nut, like I said, nuts and bolts, nuts and pipes. And you know, when I'll pick up lamp parts or old lamp bases, okay, and ceiling fixtures off of trash piles, and I'll take them apart and I'll salvage, you know, what I can, because some things you can't necessarily always buy in a hardware store, because sometimes, you know, lamp bases and ceiling fixtures, etc., etc., you know, sometimes the factories had parts made just for that addition of whatever base or shade they're making. So you can't always. I get that a lot. People come in and go, well, I took it off and I threw it away thinking I could go and buy some more. Well, that doesn't necessarily work. Okay, like this one, I had the insulator was gone, crumbled, so I made a new one out of heavy cardstock. Okay, so again, I'm using the Loctite stuff. You could probably get away with using super glue, but I wouldn't want to get it on your fingers, and it's hard to get all this going. and not get it on your fingers. So, see. So, and most of the time, with just regular lamp bases and ceiling fixtures, you know, your ground wire is like a copper wire that runs down the chain, but it's just two wires in there, and it really almost doesn't matter which wire you get as long as it's wired. So, okay, that's not going anywhere, and you don't want this to go anywhere either. So, slip joint pliers doesn't hurt to have those either, just to be sure everything's wired up. So don't worry about that. Don't want to destroy that, but I want to make sure everything's tight. Again, you can find my videos on my Jack Glenn YouTube channel about taking the mystery out of lamp parts. Because, you know, a long time ago, before I got a wholesale account with a stained glass distributor like Ed Hoy or Sunshine Glass, you know, I would cobble together a lamp base out of parts, and then somebody would come in and go, "Oh, I love that. Can you make two?" Well, you know, no, because I had cobbled the parts, you know, I had cobbled the thing together out of parts I found in trash piles. But, you know, like, these are a lot of things I salvaged from old fixtures. Same thing with this, salvaged from old fixtures. Okay, and then some of these, a lot of what's in here is new, but some of it's been salvaged from old fixtures. You know, you save that stuff, and eventually you can use it somewhere for various things. So, that's how I came to be able to have a sconce made. So, one more little thing, and then I'm going to shut off the camera. I don't know what happened to the top. What happened to the top for the Loctite? Which was in here somewhere. Okay. Alright. Okay. One more little thing. Doubtless you're going to put a stronger bulb in here, but I didn't want to have anything too bright to turn this around. Okay. Don't be scared, because I'm basically just putting the wires into the holes in my extension cord. You see that? See? That's what it'll look like when it's plugged in. They're going to have it on switches on either side of the bed. Nice, huh? Salvage parts. One bought part. Thank you. God bless. Bye-bye.